And I'm prepared to work with anybody who's prepared to work with me. Should the people of this district vote me in an election day, I've chosen the heart as my symbol to indicate the pulse of the youth, the strength of a nation. I did not come to Anguilla to those who think that I'm not known. I said I would not live in a country known doing nothing. I prefer to be unknown than to be known doing nothing. And so wherever I went, I did it effectively. 35 years of teaching, yes, but I tell you, they tried the same trick this time that they tried in 1980 when I said to the government, I would like to go and study math and come back to my country and teach. Well, now, years later, I have 3 kids. I would not like to undo that. But what they did was said to me, all requests denied. Request number 1, give me the opportunity to go to St. Thomas University to study where my parents and siblings live. It will be cheaper on the government. A scholarship to do that. Or, number 2, give me an opportunity to study math and come back. Study leave without pay. Or give me study leave with pay. All denied. All denied. And so I went to school to study, and I'm proud to be an Anguillan who was able to excel abroad. What I like more than having achieved anything is to walk the streets and see people who have achieved greater than I have. The good teacher always smiles when somebody has gone beyond them. And so my effort is to ensure that everyone in this district has the opportunity to work, has the opportunity to embrace each other in a positive way and lift their families up. Because in this tale of 2 cities, there is a problem. There are those who have and those who don't. There are those with the opportunity to go to school and those who don't. There are those who can afford health care all over the world and those who are pushed away from the hospital in the valley. That's not good. And I don't want to go on much more. But in this tale of 2 cities, we will bring back opportunity and narrow the gap, the economic gap between those that have and those that don't. We will create a system of justice. Equal justice, a system of equal opportunity. There will be no preference. All right. In our system, there will be no preference. But what am I saying? To those people who live in our district and have contributed so much, no matter what is their position or place of origin, we have to embrace them because diversity gives strength to a place. We are strengthened through diversity and we are broken down when we have too much crime in our place. We must uproot and remove criminal activity. We must put in its place opportunities for justice, for employment, for education, for industry. This place must not know any calm. As we go forward in Anguilla, they must know that now we have come to a time where darkness is removed, and we will, in the next government, not only illuminate the streets, but illuminate the opportunities for every young child. There will be 1,000 opportunities for every young child, because I believe that once the government is economically on track, they should put aside money to ensure that students who have done well in high school are able to have a job, because there must be something at the end of the rainbow. Have a job, and when that job is done for 2 years, 3 years, whatever is reasonable, they then can be given an opportunity to study and come back to Anguilla and work. There's going to be no discrimination in our education system. And you know what? I don't mind, because I believe that every man on God's earth has a role to play. Martin Luther King said, if you're a sweeper, sweep good. Whatever you are, do it good. Whatever you are, do it good. You must strive for perfection. And he said he had a dream, but my dream is simply that one day every child would have said that Mr. Harrigan or Terry helped me along the way. They would say, wherever they go, they would say, as some of them do today, thank you. When I walk and I see my teachers, I embrace them because I know what they have done in my life. And I'm saying that I'm not subservient to them, because that was their job, but I'm thankful. And so my job was my job, but I'm thankful and grateful to those who have done well. But see, in every circumstance, there are those down at the ladder who can't make it. And we never throw down the ladder once we get at the top. We never. I want to say to you tonight, boys and girls, young people, I have always offered myself when I came to this country. Whether it was when I lived in St. Thomas or the United States, the first thing I did was to approach schools. You can call me if you want assistance. When I came back here from Teachers College, I started an education program at Island Harbor School. They questioned, what have you done? What have you done? Well, what I have done is try to illuminate the minds and lives of many of the candidates that are opposing me now, and I love it. I love it. I love it. And so I embrace them, because in this land of opportunity, it must start from the top. We cannot look meagerly at somebody because I respect them. They have their talents, they're strong, they're important. All of us are in a competition. But I don't understand why it is, and I said it before, that as each one came in this race, they would find me and say, Mr. Harrigan, why don't you drop out? I believe that as serious as this time is, that request is the most comical request on this island. I'm humbled by this opportunity to talk to you. Very humbled. I want to say that my mother has told me, if that is what you want to do, do it. Do it. And her words to me, and I don't have to mention them here, and her words to me, she said, in her book, there were some unwritten chapters that must be written. There are some unwritten chapters that must be written. I'm not writing a book for her, and I'm glad. But anyhow, she wants to say, thank you all as well. She's doing fine. She's trying to be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it was such a pleasure to stand here with such proximity to where I grew up. I grew up in Island Harbor as a musician, as a teacher, a member of the Artels. Those years with my brothers and sisters are years, though they can never come back, will always be remembered. From time to time, we get to it. And I know that when that, whatever the outcome, I look forward to jamming a little bit with my brothers when they come home. There's one other thing I want to tell you. Be mindful of this fact. And in closing, be mindful of this fact. The movement, the Trans-Anguilla movement has started with voters, so we know that each Anguillan, and I'm a proponent of that, each Anguillan has a right to vote. I don't care where they are. The Jews vote in Jerusalem, they vote in America. The Americans vote from here in absentee ballot, wherever they are. And I believe that every Anguillan has a right to this piece of land. Mr. Pettis said in his book, Bless Our Forebears, that we went through trials and struggles, our ancestors, and they held dear for us. And I believe we should